Attention leaders of the United Kingdom. This is a public address from Anonymous to David Cameron and the British government. You, as our appointed leaders, have elected to wage war by measure of austerity on the public, on our police force and British armed forces, on our national health and welfare system plus its workers, and the poor and suffering elderly public. Also on the mentally and terminally ill, and the genuinely sick and disabled people of the United Kingdom. You have chosen to attack the taxpayer, be them the working or middle-class person, or the local, small and growing businessman and woman. Not excluding mothers, students, children, education, and the already impoverished. Even areas within radio and the national media. You and your party, including the coalition government, no longer have sympathizers, supporters or advocates left amongst the mass populace of our country. Be sure to fully understand this, we are no longer ignorant or compliant to your deceit. You have openly flaunted and repeatedly demonstrated that you have absolutely no loyalties to the British voter, and no commitment to a true democratic society. You have chosen of your own volition, and without comprehensible basis, other than dubious fiscal policy, to oppress and make an enemy of the general British public. To intentionally make foes of the very society whom in good faith elected you to bring forth positive change and remunerative expansion. You failed us, and you have failed yourselves. This was your greatest mistake. This will be reason of your atrophy. For we are becoming organized to expose the extent of corruption that lies in political office. We are anonymous. We are already among you. We have befriended you. We now work and walk beside you. We will be watching from the light and the shadow. We are watching from within. We are learning, and we are preparing to bring about your political downfall. We will expose the many hidden truths, and the amplitude of mugging from the taxpayer's purse. We will uncover each and every crooked affiliation between party members and big corporate influence. We will divulge to the masses the deliberate failings of the private finance initiatives that bleeds dry public funding without any eventual indemnity to the taxpayer. We will reveal how orchestrated conflict, foreign occupation, and the deaths of our British soldiers has grossly profited private companies, to which you have questionable personal affiliations. We will submit for public and legal scrutiny the alliance between government and the profiteering companies and contractors leeching the taxpayers' resources via the charade of servicing our national health and other public services. We will unveil the fraudulent financial waste behind the commission of ATOs to provide a process already being paid for by the taxpayer direct to the Department of Work and Pensions. This already implicated system has forced public funds to pay above an additional £600 million taxpayer pounds, now forever lost to the private sector, for a process which was already budgeted for. We will expose the personal interests behind this fraud. We will reveal from within the system the unofficial government pressure to deliberately withhold and deny benefits to deserving clients. We will affirm how you have deliberately deceived the public, intentionally exaggerated facts, and manipulated certain realities in a wretched attempt to implicate social divides and prejudices in our society. All designed to support your factitious cause. We will meticulously explain and demonstrate to the public why unemployment and expansive geographic areas of poverty serves fascist government interest, and will inevitably provide growing capital to the already wealthy elitists. We will publicly question why the development and release of social and environmentally beneficial invention and technologies are being intentionally suppressed. Your demonstrated approach towards the environment, cheaper energy and the nation's energy industry as a whole, is purposely poor and calculating. Your failure to adequately invest in renewable energy, in favor of immediate corporate profit, is nothing less than blatantly criminal. The failure of our education system is on you. The lack of governmental responsibility to enhance the learning, social and working skills, knowledge and expectation of the youth of our country over the past 3 decades is simply villainous. as too is the theft of public money to support and bolster the long-time corrupt banking and the failing financial sector. The decline in economic status is your own doing. It is the ferocious and unnecessary greed of the class elite that has besmirched our financial status and social prosperity. We will no longer accept or enable this practice. We are unyielding. We are not prepared to continue to pay and suffer for fascist gluttony any longer. We have silently watched as you have systematically dismantled our democratic protections in law, and almost all basic civil and human rights. We have witnessed each and every elected government consume without good conscience those rights and liberties fought for over centuries, and bestowed upon us by our ancestors and the crown and sovereignty. You have written and enforced, without our consent, new laws which now demolish free speech and our right to privacy, prevented our basic right to clear answers, understanding and accountability from our various bodies of elected and local authority. You have made every effort to sabotage our right to organized and spontaneous protest, including benign public gatherings, and abandoned our right of a just defense in the process of law. You have enabled the law and court system to favor corporate interest over that of civil justice. This government continually demonstrates, at every turn, its level of corporate and industrial bias above inherent social values and individual fairness. We are not unaware of your Orwellian plans for our future. We will not permit it. Neither are we oblivious to your practiced political abstraction of individuals and cultures being equal to economical commodities. We are not this. We are flesh and blood, not machine or product. We are born of nature, and free in mind and spirit. Every man, woman, and child is inspired and inspirational. We will not be dismissed, conquered, nor disembodied from our natural instincts or impulses. We are more than just DNA, more than an economic article. This is fact. We are more than an organic accident, with what you perceive as a controllable and terminal consciousness. We are more than just coincidence. You will accept this. We will not be subservient, nor enslaved by your plan of global totalitarian human agronomy. You have continually attempted to suppress core cognizance, and the circulation of fundamental knowledge within our modern age and culture. You have been seen to autonomously, and with the absence of convivial morals, censor and classify modern-day associations and whole online communities as social threats and terrorists, for no other reason of them having an impassioned ideology and differing opinion to those in political control. An alternative belief system that pillars social ability and comprehension of nefarious protocol is in no way an act of terrorism on the citizens of the United Kingdom, but a principled duty future history will not thank us for, if we did not endeavor to effect. This is our democratic right and obligation. It is this society's conclusion that the structure of government and political practice is an antiquated model, which feeds only the appetite of the tainted, dishonest, and power-hungry. An unethical construct that serves only to exploit the honorable objective of democracy, to conceal and impose absolute fascist intent on the masses. We will not concede for the people and politics of the United Kingdom to be immersed in this insidious administration for much longer. You will be ejected from political office. The architecture and practice of future government will be modified and vastly modernized, and reassembled to suitably evolve with the culture and ever-changing needs and demands of the people. That is our mission. This is our duty to ourselves, to our children, and our children's children's future. We will succeed. For we are the majority, and without our cooperation you cannot exist. Without our support you have no power to influence or command. Accept this. You have now lost society's cooperation. This is fact. Your tainted wealth will not assure you the sanctuary you mistakenly believe it will. You have nowhere to run, and no one, no law or words left to hide behind. For we are anonymous. We are not terrorists. We are the great British public you were elected and employed to serve. We are the media and press, we are public servants, we are the police force, and we are the armed forces. We are the people that serve, protect, teach, feed, and heal this society. We cannot be oppressed. Our loyalty to you, like your responsibility to do right by us, has now dissolved. We will be everywhere you turn. We are organized. For this cause we have become classless, colorless, and united. We will protect you no more. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. We are rising. We will occupy everything.